So this one is personal. I've spent 16 years piecing together the Rocketeer. What you're about to see isn't just another costume. It's the result of countless trades, discoveries, and hard-earned moments. And the bittersweet part is this may be the last time anyone gets to see it.
You're selling it.
Yes, I am selling it. It happens from time to time when you curate a big collection. You know, some pieces have to go to allow certain pieces to come in. It was a long journey to get to this compilation of pieces for this costume. My first experience with original props was at Disney's Hollywood Park, and at the backlot tour, they had a display of props at the very end of it, which you would walk through. At the end, they had Rocketeer pieces, helmets, costumes, all different types of stuff. And seeing this stuff in person, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is just such beautiful artwork. I would love to get a copy of one of these. Joe Johnston's The Rocketeer was a major influence on me to start prop collecting. It became one of the things that I wanted to have in my collection, and I kept searching for it.
So this was from a comic book too, a really great comic.
It was, right.
Beautiful pinups, which is why a lot of us read it when we were young.
Well, Betty Page appeared
Betty Page,
in it. She
Betty
appeared
Page.
in it.
Beautiful artwork.
I mean, Dave Stevens was an amazing artist.
Yeah.
It has a lot of those really great things that made it awesome, except for the fact that it didn't do well. Certainly at the time, I think it was up against T2.
T2 and Prince of Thieves.
Oh, Robin Hood.
Robin Hood,
Prince of Thieves, and T2. I mean, those were mega films at the time, so this kind of got overshadowed. But you look back at it, and it's a classic. This helmet looks like something you see on the front of an old-timey car. It's so cool.
Yeah, in the film, it's based off a radio.
That's right.
An old, beautiful radio.
And the reason that it has the fin is because that's how he steers. It's like a ship's rudder, but on your head.
That's right. That's right. You gotta have a strong neck.
It's such a cool prop. It's so beautiful. So this is going to auction pretty soon, right?
Yeah, September 4th.
So now we're going to look at this and try to see if it's real or not.
Well, that is a very good question. But I mean, the thing about it is, doing an episode on this, I guess seems silly now. But I've put so much love into putting this collection together to build the Rocketeer character. By doing an episode on this, I'm sharing what I've done. And in a way, it helps me let go of the costume and this collection, because I will always have the episode talking about it and the memories of doing this with you guys.
We'll always have the memories.
Well, let's make sure it's...
I'm serious.
No, I mean, cool. It's really interesting. It's like the stakes are high at this point.
The stakes are high.
The stakes are high.
I mean, because honestly, I could really screw up my auction by doing this.
So by doing this episode, we may make the costume and the jetpack a little less valuable to the fans and collectors, or we may make it even more valuable to the fans and collectors.
It's possible, but the way I look at it, it is what it is, and that's what I want to present. I love the Rocketeer, but now it just seems better to find another home. I mean, everything in my collection, at some point it's going to go somewhere else, because I'm not going to go to the grave with it. We die, these pieces live on. So it's bittersweet to see this piece, because I know it's going to be leaving my place very soon.
Well, thank you for letting us look at it.
I think it's important. That's what we're doing the show about, is to educate people. So while I have it, let's dive into the details of this piece and talk about it. So the guy I got this from is a longtime friend of mine. I generally believe the stuff that he tells me, what he remembers. He's an older fella. He acquired this helmet as part of a full costume that was in a crate that had been shipped from Florida to California, from Disney to Disney, and it was at the shipping company. It was never picked up, and at a certain point, the shipping company's policy was that you just sell these crates sight unseen. If you want to buy this thing, here's a crate.
So this thing was a lost item, basically.
They just shipped it and then forgot about it.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Can I go find crates like this too?
I don't know. I mean, you hear about unclaimed storage units, but unclaimed packages. I guess it happens.
Yeah.
Right?
How often does it happen with
with
Disney,
a costume
though.
from a
Right.
Disney.
I know.
Well,
I know.
probably at the time they weren't that into saving stuff, and
It
was
probably
their
wasn't a
first-
big deal.
Yeah.
So this could have been part of the display that you saw at the Disney MGM Studios.
It's very possible.
Does that make it harder to know that you're selling it and it could be the one that got
thanks
you
a lot
into
for rubbing that in. It actually does.
If the crate story is.
Well, if the crate story is true.
It's true, because I mean,
I mean,
otherwise
that is a crazy story.
Yeah.
That is a crazy story.
basically this thing is coming out of nowhere.
Yeah. I feel fairly confident in the stories that I get from this friend of mine.
Sure.
But as far as the person who's buying it,
Yeah.
that I wouldn't put any.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like the age-old, oh, it fell off a truck kind of thing.
And it sounds like it literally did. A guy I know knows a guy that, might be interested in this piece. So I don't know. So that is what I know of the history of this particular helmet. But this piece...
So this costume is really well known amongst finheads, people who are experts on the costume, the rocket pack, the helmet.
Right.
Because this costume was owned by a man, and he bought it from Disney in I think it was 2003, when they auctioned pieces off. And so he bought this, he bought the pants, and he bought the rocket pack, and he then, for lack of a better word, restored the rocket pack.
So the full costume, you have 3 different sources for the whole thing.
That's right. Each piece has its own separate provenance. But this also came with a Disney COA, and so did the jetpack, right?
Yes. There were 3 Disney COAs that came with that costume for the jacket, the pants, and the rocket pack.
Right. COAs, in my opinion, are nice to have, but they are the least important in the chain of evidence to tell you whether or not a piece is real or not.
So we have jacket, pants, rocket from Disney, helmet that fell off a truck, and then glove and boots from prop website. So the provenance, even though there's multiple sources, is fairly solid.
I would put the provenance on the jacket, the pants, and the jetpack as an A, the provenance on the boots and the one glove as a B, and the helmet. Personally, I put this as a B+ because of who I know.
The person you know.
I know the
You
person,
trust that
but from an outside perspective, I would lower the provenance.
So you're saying when it comes out of a crate, it's a C.
C for crate.
Crate. Auction A.
That's interesting.
Archive
Basement
A.
B.
Archive A.
Basement B.
Basement B.
What's a D? The dump?
The dump. Oh yeah. And there's a lot of pieces that come out of the
And
dump.
then usually when they come out of dumpsters, they're real.
Yeah.
Hey, the fans aren't going to like that you're doing that.
Yeah, I know, I'm touching it. My hands are clean, right? Yeah, right off the bat, it doesn't feel like fiberglass. So, I mean, if I was going to build it, right, I would build it out of fiberglass, but this doesn't feel like fiberglass. This feels like plastic. Yeah, to me, like the fact that it feels like plastic resin, not fiberglass, is already kind of weird. But and looking at it here, the fin, right, would come in a separate piece. They would make the fin separately, right? So the fin would be added on,
Right.
And you can see it's added on because it broke off the little fake weld in the back.
It's cracked.
It's
Yes,
cracked.
it's cracked.
And you look under, right, that yellow resin.
Right.
That feels like Instacast. It's the yellow resin that's poured and not laid up. So if you want to do something fast, you do a slush mold. You take it, you pour resin, you mix it, and that's what it looks like. If you want to do something like hardcore, like beautiful to hold up, you lay it out with gel coat, and then you do fiberglass in the back. It's a really hard fiberglass head. This feels like it's it's a nice durometer, but it feels like it's a slush mold cast out of resin. So that right off the bat, I'm like,
So if you think this is a slush cast, you think it would be fake?
well, I would say like, why would they do it out of slush? Why not do it out of fiberglass? Like, can I look inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so it's just easy to take off.
Yeah. So you can pull it up. There you go.
All right. Yeah, it's light, but it's actually like pretty strong resin.
Well, so you're right and you're wrong.
Okay.
So you're right that it is slush cast, and you're wrong that they should have or would have done fiberglass, because this new book that came out, it's called The Rocket Factory. It's written by Michael Possard Jr. He molded and casted things at design setters who made the helmets and the rocket packs for the movie.
For the movie.
It's a really great book. It goes into a lot of details about the creation of and the design of both the rocket pack
So this
and
was a trap.
yeah, this is
A little bit.
yeah,
A little
and
bit.
so he
But it is curious to see what you think it should have been made out of.
Yeah.
yeah,
This is Kent, the guy who sculpted
Kent
it.
Melton.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew him, right?
Yeah. He's the nicest guy I've ever met. Like the best sculptor out there.
He passed away last year.
Passed away a couple years ago or last year, but he did a lot of prototypes for Leica, a lot of the Disney prototypes.
Right.
And I know he built
For
this.
maquettes.
Yeah,
for
for maquettes.
character
And he
maquettes.
told me he told me that he built this. So this is kind of, bittersweet for me too because he passed away and I loved him really. He was a wonderful human being. But so what are they saying
Yeah,
there?
so what he says, and he's the guy that molded these things, is that they did slush cast them.
Oh.
That all of the helmets that design setters made for the film, which
And they are the only ones that made him for the film.
yes, presumably that's
Right.
he says that if you see a fiberglass one out there, that it is a fake.
And when did this book come out?
Just this year.
So
Yeah.
this information wouldn't have been really.
Available to me or to really anyone else.
So yeah, if it's then that means that this is, to me, that means that's 100% means it's real.
Right.
This is a more unique helmet in that it has the bullet hit. So at the end of the film, his helmet gets struck by a bullet, and so you can see a groove here and a chip out of the fin. And so the author of the book, Michael Possert Jr., is the one who carved that down.
How many bullet wounds did he alter?
3.
I mean, that's impressive that information's in the book. I always thought that there were only 2 of these.
Yeah, and one sold a couple years ago at
It
Prop
did,
Store.
which is not this one.
Right.
Yeah, you can see that it was originally hand sculpted. Like there's a couple. It's not like absolutely perfect, or is it like perfectly symmetrical?
Yeah, it's kind of like lopsided.
Yeah. Without the info from that book, I would have been 100% convinced this was not real.
Because the manufacturing
Yeah.
style was not
Yeah.
consistent with what you would say is
Yeah, which goes to show.
logical.
Yeah, which goes to show even if there's a logical way to do it, doesn't mean that it's the right way to do it.
Sure.
And so part of the provenance is also part of the history of the piece.
That's right.
How it was made, who made it, when and why, that. Because honestly, yeah, if I had seen this, I would have been, somebody did a really cool replica, because these exist, you can find them, and didn't do it the right way.
Right.
How
So the wrong
you
way
were.
was the right way, which is awesome, and it's really cool.
You never see the moment he gets hit, but when Cliff shows up at Griffith Park, his helmet has a bullet hit.
The rest of the helmets that are used throughout the film have that gash. And so we know from the book that they made 3 of those, but this is the only shot where he's on the Zeppelin and you get one good look at what I think are the same things that we're seeing there.
This is what, the 1080p?
Yeah, they never released a 4K, of
4K,
this.
okay.
So
All right.
someday we might get more proof.
You see the rivet, though. You see the shadow of the rivet, right, on the left.
This is a rivet.
That's a rivet.
Yeah,
So you're
right.
saying there's just a gray zone?
Yeah, more so this and this.
So we have this, and we got this stuff going on over here over the mouth. We have a weird thing kind of going on over there,
Yeah, here, like something here.
and over in the cheek.
Yeah, and the cheek. I don't know.
It's shining here too, so there may be some more here.
Right, sure.
So it's like a B+ screen match.
C plus.
C plus maybe.
Yeah. It definitely.
B-.
It's definitely the type of helmet that was used in this scene, and so knowing that.
But if you look here, look at this area right above the bridge of the nose. See how there's a difference between up here and down here? There's like a dark patch. That whole dark patch is right there.
Yeah, I could see the dark patch for sure. I mean, especially the one thing I see now that you mention it is that. See, look. All right, so if I look on the screen, the one thing that is relevant, there's that line right here,
Yeah, yeah,
and then it goes like this. So
Yeah.
There's one line and it goes down.
yeah.
And it starts on the left side of the fin, and so it's a longer leading edge. That's there.
Yeah.
That is there. Look,
Yeah,
that's there.
yeah, and
With
it goes
that
down.
line.
That's right.
That I can see. Everything else, I can't see. The one thing that's interesting to me is that it's exactly the same type of paint job. Like the patchiness is identical. So that I can see that has that. The other one, the one on the bottom right here.
By the mouth, I think the mouth.
Oh yeah, maybe
kinda
right
lines
this
up.
guy. This
And
guy.
that one too.
Yeah, this here between around the nose area.
And the mouth too. Yeah, those two
Yeah.
right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty good screen match. I wouldn't say it's an A+ because of the quality of the resolution of the image.
Seems like a C+ match.
Yeah, I feel comfortable with that.
Okay. All
And
right.
I did not know that this thing screen matched, so that's freaking cool.
I'd say A- then. Screen match.
A-.
Just throwing out grades left and right. One thing about these buttons is some of these buttons are fake buttons.
Yeah, these two here are fake, and there's Velcro behind there.
Oh, cool.
Here, let me take that part off. You know, you'd see him wear it like
Oh
this.
yeah, he's got the fold right.
Or this is what it looks like in the inside. So here we've got the buttons that are attached to the front with Velcro here, although we don't have any reciprocal Velcro on
No,
the back. That
the-
might have been just to hold that in place.
Well, the reason why these are fake and these are fake is because the rocket pack
Oh,
harness
that's right.
goes
And it would
through.
attach to the harness. That's
cool.
right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know what it reminds me of, this jacket? Star-Lord's jacket.
Oh, kind of. Yeah.
Kind of. It's very Indiana Jones-esque
Right,
also.
yeah.
Any tags on it?
Yeah, there's handwritten in black marker Michael Sarna, who was a stunt guy.
Where's
Yeah.
the label at?
It's in the back. It's behind here. Oh, I guess we can
Yeah,
take it
let's
off.
turn it around.
Just take it off. Right here.
So it's not a label, it's just,
No, yeah, it's handwritten
so it's written here and it's also written
right
up here
here.
as well.
The color then, was it, on the film, was it this color? Or was
No,
it got-
it's lightened over the years.
It's lightened a lot,
Well,
right?
one of the possibilities as to why it's discolored is because of water. You can see around the neck, there's like a kind of a water line or a stain there.
Yeah, right?
And there's actually on the front some dirt caked on there.
Really?
That's dirt.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, right. It's mud. Wow.
Yeah. There's a scene where Cliff crash lands into a pond and he's soaking wet and he's covered in mud. And I think there's a good match to that scene.
That's great.
Which means that this would have been worn by Billy Campbell and then reused by Michael Sarna as a stunt jacket. He's just crash landed into this pond and he's soaking wet. You can see these certain curves here and these folds, and it really folds in all the same ways, like under here where it flips up. Just all these kind of folds which the water would have held solid. You can see it's covered in mud, which we still have mud. And
We
then
do have some mud right here.
if you look at here, you have again
This one right here. That's the third button up, right?
Yeah.
yes.
Right here.
Yeah, and then right here, it folds in the same way here around this, which would be the third button.
Oh,
in.
this one right here.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. You're totally
Yeah.
right. That totally.
Oh yeah, totally. That wrinkle around the this one.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, that's identical.
This one, you can also see this line coming down too, which
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
all-
it comes down all the way.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So
clearly
I-
this is the one that Bill Campbell wore
Yeah.
when it was wet.
There's
I-
too
I'd
many-
say there's too many
The
organic.
fact that there's a wet stain around the neck and there's still mud on the chest,
Yeah.
plus all of these wrinkles that have been frozen in time by the fact that it got so wet.
Which makes sense that Disney would sell one that was wet and that didn't look as good as the others.
Right.
The fact that after all this time there's still mud on the costume and it hasn't
crazy.
gotten rubbed off is insane to me.
A+?
Yeah, for sure.
This is the pair that came with this jacket and has a COA. It's got a label inside it, DeLuna regular fit fireproof.
And I recognize this material because my brother was a fireman, and this is the same lining that are inside the fireman's jackets.
So these are custom-made pants to be fireproof for the stunt
Yes,
guys.
they are.
Yes.
Yes, they are. Yeah, I imagine these were pretty hot to wear.
In this case, it's kind of cooler to have stunt pants, right, than the regular ones, because there's like all this technical stuff associated with it.
It's very specific, and I mean, it helps tie the pants certainly to the production,
production.
easier than a standard pair of pants in the same style.
Yeah. Oh, and hey, look at this.
Sweat sticks.
Look at this, the blood.
Oh, blood.
The blood.
The blood, again, as we've noticed this on 2 pairs of stunt pants. The blood at the same spot.
So these boots are boots that I got when I purchased my costume from Desi at Screen Used. I bought these as original costume pieces, although only recently, honestly, after we submitted photos to the auction, you've come across some information that maybe we should relook at these and consider these as not original production, but we're not sure yet.
Yeah, so there's a collector on Instagram who pointed out some issues with the description on the prop store catalog. These boots are from a brand called Denner, and Denner is a known boot for cosplayers and finheads. What he said is that all of the hero boots were made by a guy named Willie Rivera in Hollywood, which is like Willie's shoe service. It was like an old school type cobbler shoe place, and they made all the leather riding boots. He says that Denner was not involved in the making of boots, but my question is, does that mean that these weren't used on the film? Could production have sourced some Denner boots for stunt guys, for instance, that weren't hero, but that still looked like the same type, that didn't need to be handmade, didn't need to be custom made, but that would have been used for stunts?
If production is using the same jackets and the same pants for the stunt guys, they probably used the same boots. That being the case, these boots have been modified to split down the back, which was one of the reasons I thought it was original when I got them, with the Velcro.
It's possible that that was done by whoever bought these originally, and they couldn't fit on a mannequin without being split down the back.
That's true. But would you go to the extent of making them seam up super nice with really thick Velcro? I don't know.
And so it stands to reason that if there are a few different stunt guys and they don't need to spend the money to get custom made boots for every one of the stunt guys, that they would just go get an off the rack boot that matches the style.
That makes sense. When I got these, I never thought that they were hero boots. I felt like that these were probably stunts. The question really is, did they use the hero boots on the film for the stunt guys as well as Billy Campbell, or did they have a different brand that were easier to replace as they got damaged, because the stunt guys would be the ones more likely getting them damaged?
Yeah. And these do look very damaged. That
Yeah.
could have been done by a replicator, sure.
Water damage, a lot of water damage, which could match with the jacket.
Yeah.
Even the leather is, right here, it's all been like totally water damaged.
What do you think could have been a reason for splitting the back and Velcroing it for production?
To get them on and off easier.
For a break. And,
Yeah, you take those boots off. They can't
True.
be comfortable.
Yeah.
But these tend to me, these look like they're definitely used. And
I can see why they might be considered replicas without knowing any real details on these things.
The stunt boots in the film, from afar, the ones that were hero really look just like this. If you get close and you look at, the eyelets are different and some of the
A little bit of
seaming
the
is
shape
different.
is a little bit different, right?
Yeah, but from afar, from a flying
could be
scene, from a
either
harness
or.
scene, like you can't really tell.
wow. Yeah.
Sweet.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. And for the people who picked it up to put it on this table, wow.
Wow.
Very heavy.
I mean,
Very heavy.
This thing is
50 pounds.
At least it felt like you're holding a big bag of plaster. And having that on your back,
Yeah, that's heavy. That's super heavy.
Just
sure.
like, it looks absolutely real.
Well, I mean, it's a real flame-emitting device. It doesn't produce enough thrust to go anywhere, but...
So we always assumed that they only built one. But according to Cinefex, they made three.
3 of these.
3, yeah.
I mean, with how expensive these would be to make,
They cost $100,000 each.
like, why didn't they just go with one that looked good and then have ILM do all the animation instead of having a flame
Well-
rocket?
It's generally cheaper to do it on set. I would imagine you're going to get a better look on set. And back then, it wasn't as easy as today, where CGI fire is super easy. Where back then, to make fire look right, they had to shoot practical flame units.
So this is the jetpack that was repainted by the guy before you got it, right?
Yes. One of the gloves here, which is right on this little display, this glove came from the same auction, and it has a physical control, which is different than this one, which is more of a cosmetic one.
So how would this have worked to be a practical flame-emitting device?
One of these would have controlled fuel, and one would have controlled ignition. I'm not sure which one this is.
Yeah.
Well, it must have been loud, this thing, when it was on, I'm sure.
I would imagine.
Is there a motor in there, or it's just canister? It's just like a big blowtorch?
We'll open it up and
Yeah,
see.
let's open it up and take
Well,
a
I
look.
mean, I don't understand how they made this.
There's been some things that have been modified on this jetpack. When a gentleman who bought this originally from Disney got it, he basically wanted it to look as good as it would have if it was a hero pack. He may have even added some of these pieces here. Its restoration is fairly well documented on the net. Yeah, let's open it up. You do the honors?
Yeah.
You're already ready to do it, aren't you?
You know where those screws are. Alright. And I got fingernails. There's one more
there-
screw right there, isn't there? Oh no. Oh wow, look
Well,
at this.
yes, but it's in the holster.
It's pretty badass. It's incredibly well done. How do you refuel this guy? The spark plugs are there. Oh wow. So there's the gas outtake, like where the gas comes out of, which is centered, and then there's 2 spark plugs on the bottom here. So it feels like this is the gas coming out. It comes out of the center. And wow, this is a really complex little piece. And yeah, I understand why these cost a lot of money to make. These are like, each one of them is like a little engineering masterpiece, and I do understand why they weigh so much.
And I can show you pictures of
So it's gonna
when it was in his possession.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at those right now.
Okay.
I mean, there's no doubt a lot of this is original, right? Because it's fused into the structure.
Now this, I believe, is after he sanded it down.
So it looked like it was chromed. It was like it had like a chrome paint on there.
Right,
And then
yeah.
he sanded that down and then repainted it. Nowadays you can paint, like you said, you can paint metal paint. It's easy to get,
Yeah.
and you can polish it, sand it, make it look great. So he just used like a beautiful metal paint. So those boxes, right? Those 2 boxes in the center, those are connected to the spark plugs. Now,
Right.
telling you the spark plugs are disconnected. That's what those are. So that's probably the batteries to ignite to start the spark
Maybe,
plugs.
yeah, yeah.
So all he did was
Disconnect.
repaint it and then disconnect the spark plug.
Disconnect the
And
spark plug.
pull those batteries out.
And then
move
this
the
there.
fan to
Everything
there.
else is identical to the way it was when this thing was built.
I think it's a piece that's better for the changes.
For sure.
I'm not sure I would have done it myself,
Right.
but I think it presents very nicely.
It
Presents
does.
very nicely.
Yeah.
And he did really good work on it. Let's take a look at the straps on this thing. And I think this is really interesting. So we have the leather straps and the buckles. Now, I think one of these buckles have been replaced, haven't they?
Yes, this buckle here.
Right.
Yeah,
that's a tough one to get from what I've heard. It's very expensive.
Yeah, so Brad Einhorn was the prop master,
Right.
And he sourced these because the prop master deals with anything that an actor will touch, and so a buckle is something that is under the prop master's purview.
You can figure it out.
And then this
Ask
guy
the internet.
Ask
opens
ChatGPT.
by pressing these two side pieces. Thank you. And that pops open forcibly. So if somebody has to get out of their buckle very fast, they can.
Yeah, this one's a little less
This is
fast
a little
getting out
less
of.
fast getting out of, right?
But you think, I mean, from a fabrication standpoint, this is clearly real, right?
Oh, it's engineering marvel.
Yeah.
Yes.
3 of these were made for a feature film.
Yeah.
So now you want to keep
3
it?
functioning rocket packs.
Honestly, the more we get through this breakdown, the more I'm regretting putting it up for sale.
Putting it on sale. Can you buy it from yourself?
You know what? I could pull it. If I pulled it, I would owe Prop Store their percentage. So it would cost me money. Or if I bought it, I'd have to, I'm not even sure if it's legal for me to bid on it, but if I were to bid on it, I would have to win it. So whoever I was bidding against, if they wanted to pay a lot for it, I would have to win it, and then that's the commission that Prop Store would get. So either way, it's going to cost me a lot to keep this. Or I take this video, we don't show this video until after the auction, and I just hope somebody doesn't bid on it. I have to say I am feeling a little morose, a little sad, at even more so for selling this piece. It's even a little cooler than I thought it was going to be. Yeah. I'm making the right decision, I think, for the collection, but it's tough to see this one go.
If you were going to keep one, which item would it be? Would it be the helmet, the jacket, or the jetpack?
I would have said before today it would have been the helmet. But after we really dug into the jetpack and kind of confirmed it's completely from the film, I would say the jetpack. It is spectacular.
It is awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be painful to let go. But it's just such a fun piece to have. And I forgot about the connection between Joe Johnston and this costume and the Captain America, which I do have a full Captain America costume. It's just, it is what it is. You can't keep everything. You can't buy everything, you can't keep everything. And this is going to go on to somebody who clearly, at the minimums I put in the auction, they're going to either really want it or they're not going to win it. And if they really want it, then they deserve it.
So now you know when you think you're going to sell a piece, make a video about it just to change your mind.
Yeah. Letting this costume go isn't easy. After 16 years of hunting and building, it's become a part of me. Honestly, I'm kind of regretting putting it up for sale. These artifacts have lives beyond us. They carry stories, memories, and meaning. And that story doesn't end with one collector. My hope is that its next owner will not only care for it, but will keep sharing its story with fans like me.